lot in junior, so it was a great fit. And then when the assistant coach came in, Greg Van Denberg, and a couple of guys that were in Naples that I grew up playing with decided to sign there. So it actually just fell right into my hands, and it was perfect.
Are Kentucky tennis fans, do they travel as well as Big Blue basketball fans?
I don't know. I got my 5. I don't know. I don't have my 50,000, but I don't know if we're that far along yet. But we'll try to get there.
It seemed like more than 5 fans were there today. What do you have to say about the fan block that you?
They were just loud. No, there were more than 5. I mean, we had a good group. I had Coach Emery. He made it for the match. He usually doesn't get to make it to a lot of the matches. And my sister and my mom made it in this morning. So I mean, I had a good crowd, and they pulled me through it because I think they were really getting the other guy down and really got in his head a little bit. So it gave me a little more energy because it was hot out there and it was a pretty long match. So I definitely used that, and it helped me through it.
Are there benefits to playing through qualifying, especially early in the tournament? Do you feel like you see the ball better and you have a better feel for the court?
Yeah, early in the tournament, of course. I mean, you qualify, you're obviously playing well, you're hitting the ball well. Now that it gets a little deeper, I'm going to start getting a little tired. I felt a little sluggish early on, but I mean, I was able to work through it, luckily. So I mean, but I mean, I've never really had the opportunity in a big tournament where I haven't had to qualify. So I mean, I'm used to that and playing a lot of matches. So it's nothing new for me.
Can you talk about like the opposite end of this? What is sort of the little, smallest, dinkiest, lowest moment tennis?
Lowest moment for me, or just for
yeah,
tennis?
For you. I'm saying your experience. This is like the height. Talk about the other end. What the journeyman who has to go through all this stuff every week.
Right. Well, I mean, I've completed the spectrum, I think, this year, because at the beginning of the year I was playing futures events where it's a total purse of $10,000 where the winner gets $1,200 or something, and it's a long week. I mean, you have no ball kids, you don't change balls, so the balls get this big, and we're in some places that you probably have never heard of.
Like what?
Mansfield, Texas, Brownsville. I mean, I don't even remember them because half the time I didn't really want to know. So, I mean, it's a lot of little places that you don't get any recognition. I mean, it's tough. You just have to go out there, put the time in, and get through it so you can get to here. So,
right. So I was going to say, so what keeps you going at those moments?
I really don't know. I mean, I was doing well and I was winning matches, so it was nice. It was nice to be winning, and I was traveling with a couple of guys that I went to school with. So we had a kind of a little team within itself, which definitely helps it move along and get through those long weeks that maybe aren't the best places. So.
What kind of hotels did you stay in Mansfield?
I actually stayed in some housing, some with a family, and a couple of them, but the other ones weren't so nice. But the families really help you out. They give you some food. It makes you feel like you're at home every once in a while. But it's tough to do every week, obviously.
Have you, in a serious way confronted the question of whether you need to stop tennis at some point and start another career, or has that just not?
I mean, I was there at the beginning of the year. I wasn't sure because yeah. Well, I mean, I lost my sponsor who was helping me with expenses because it's expensive to travel the world and play tennis, especially if you're not playing this level tournament and if you're not winning every match. So I mean, I was there. I was looking at it hard, but that's when I was fortunate I played a couple more tournaments. I started winning them. I won a few and got on a roll, and it just kept building. So I figured I was going to give it 6 months at first, and then I was going to play through the end of the year when I started winning some more. So I guess after this year we'll have to see where everything's at.
And if you had made a different decision, what would that sport have looked like?
I don't know. It's probably not very pretty.
Okay.
I don't want to think about that if I don't have to. But teaching little kids how to hit tennis balls for now, probably, until I can figure out what to do with my exciting major. Yeah, in kinesiology. So it's sports related, so I'm always going to be around sports. Anything to do with sports, I love.
Jesse, at the end of the third set, you were a lot more vocal, you seemed a little more frustrated than you had even in any of your qualifying matches. Were you feeling the pressure of realizing maybe you were going to get through to the next round, or were you feeling tired? What was going on with you at that? You guys had traded a few breaks. What was going on with you at that point in the match?
I think I was just grumpy. It was hot. It was long. I was getting a little tired. I mean, I've played a lot of matches up just to get to this point where it's the beginning of the tournament for most guys. So, I mean, and I was playing a guy that wasn't a seed, so it's a guy you kind of think you maybe have a chance against because I mean, we kind of play a little similar. So, I mean, just from that standpoint, I felt like I should be playing a lot better, and that actually puts more pressure on myself, and I didn't quite play as clean, and he took advantage of it. So, fortunately, I was able to get a few more balls on and use the crowd and try to spur it along a little bit, and I think I tired him out a little bit and got it going, and the crowd helped me out.
And have you looked ahead at your next match?
I think I play the winner of Djokovic or Karsten Ball, who they play later tonight. That's somebody McEnroe actually just told me that. So he said I play somebody that I wouldn't know.
How long have you been in New York? When did you arrive?
The 22nd? I don't even know how long that is.
Are you staying in a hotel? Or
I'm in the tournament hotel, the Waldorf. So yeah, it's a pricey one, but I was starting to worry about it at the beginning when you're playing qualies, and if you lose a match, you're like, oh, I don't know if that's going to be good. But now I think I'll be all right as long as they let me extend my reservation for another couple days.
Tennis, the common names used to be Poncho and now maybe Andre. Not too many Jessies, but this summer's been a great summer for Jesse. Jesse
Yeah.
taking down stuff. And have you ever talked to him? What's your head-to-heads?
Yeah, we practiced together a little bit down there in Boca. I mean, we were both in the SEC, so we obviously both know each other well. I mean, we're good friends, all the American guys basically. So I mean, I'm pretty excited about what he's done. I mean, he's a young guy coming up, did his college time, and used it to his advantage. So I mean, I think that's the way to go, and he's proving that that's the way to go, along with John Isner, and they're kind of leading the way for the younger guys. I don't think I'm very young anymore, but unfortunately. But I mean, what he's done and what they've done is great.
And Jesse,
Have you thought about asking
talk about your money situation.